Yay, boxing. Did you know that there are places that sell used cartridges?
Yep, there used to be one in my neighborhood, but he closed down and moved his shop to Myrtle Beach. But on the very last day, I came in and bought a couple of things, including a Game Genie for the Sega Genesis. I bought what was the other stuff I bought? Paperboy 2. Bought Paperboy 2 for the Super Nintendo. There was a couple of things I bought, but the one thing I got out of that was, in fact, the Commodore 64. Got it for free. And I got Yellow Chaos to applaud me on the stream, because
That reminds...
You did what?
Yeah, that reminds me of how much stuff I had to throw out today.
Throw out?
Yeah, so many VHS tapes. I managed to save some good stuff though. I saved the Dreamcast keyboard, the Dreamcast controller, and a few of the SNES and Nintendo 64 games.
Why did you...
Did you throw out any good games?
I didn't have to throw out good games, thankfully.
Thank
just
God.
VHS tapes.
That's you. Now you need Typing of the Dead on the Dreamcast.
I had to almost hide one of the SNES games I found that I did not want thrown out.
Yes, Celestia, it's
Super
Charlie
Mario
Brown.
the RPG.
Why did you have to throw everything out?
It's a thing with my mom. She's having me clean up and she wants stuff thrown out.
Yeah, that's how my mother is right now. She wants me to throw some stuff away too, and I just can't bear to let some of this stuff go, despite the fact that, yes, it is in fact a huge mess.
Yeah, SNES games I saved. Link to the Past. Super Mario RPG. Demon's Crest.
I would say save
Oh,
the
and
game.
also Warrior Woods.
I would say save the game collection. Eventually, you would get a replacement system somewhere down the line. That's how it was with my Super NES. Eventually, I managed to get the Super NES Junior.
This stuff on the virtual console.
Yeah, I would say just keep the cartridges. Eventually, you would get a second one, because that's how I was with my Super NES for a while. Because I donated mine to Sean Fowles, and I was without one for a while. Technically, I did have a working SNES console, but it was that combo Retron 3 piece of shit that did not like the Sega Genesis for some reason. So eventually, I got a Super NES Junior, which is the Model 2 of the console. It's kind of slimmer. And just for shits and giggles, I got me a TriStar. TriStar it's an interesting device. You plug it into the type of the Super NES or Super Famicom, because it works with both.
Scratchings.
And it has...
What? Yeah, anybody remember the old scratch and sniff cards that came with Earthbound?
Yes, they stink.
Yes. They still work. That dog still smells.
But anyway...
It's your one lucky bastard.
But anyway, the TriStar, it's a multi-cartridge reader add-on. And you plop it on top of the Super NES or Japanese Super NES, and then you'll be able to play regional games, like from Japan or the United States, and NES and the Famicom cartridges. It contains 2 extra slots, so you can do both United States and Japanese NES games, which is awesome. Just don't...
Yay, backwards compatibility.
Was that a question? I couldn't hear you too well.
Nah, I just was saying, yay for backwards compatibility, which is
Yay.
something.
Which is something.
Which is something Nintendo really didn't do until the Wii. I mean, why would? Never mind.
Why play with the old stuff when you can play the new stuff?
I mean, why was the SNES not backwards compatible with the NES, and why was the Nintendo 64 not backwards compatible with SNES? Makes me sad.
It's very sad. At least Sega had the forethought of creating a peripheral for their Genesis that lets you play old Master System games. And with the Game Gear, you could play Master System games with an adapter. I'm just sad that you couldn't play Sega CD games on the Saturn.
Or Saturn games on the Dreamcast.
Although I have a feeling it's more of the architecture in which the graphics was made. Because after all, you're creating you're not just recreating the graphics of the previous system, you're also recreating the machine code, the processes, how the old console reads data, and it probably just wasn't implemented in the Dreamcast. Same with the Saturn with the Sega CD. Because not only are you emulating the Sega CD, you're also emulating the Sega Genesis, which it's sad, but that's how it was designed.
And with, unfortunately, Sega CD 32X games, you had to emulate a Genesis, a CD, and a 32X.
Only with the CD 32X games. With just the 32X, you're just emulating the Genesis and 32X.
I believe Celestria is trying to talk in the chat.
She probably is, and I feel bad I don't have the chat window open. It's White Charlie Brown. I can't see the screen too well. It's White
being
Charlie
a
Brown.
black Charlie Brown.
And she has Typing of the Dead. I have yet to play Typing of the Dead. I feel bad. I want to. Not that my
You should feel bad, you son of a bitch.
Not that my typing skills are any good or anything, but I wouldn't mind playing it at least once. Also, fun
Maybe
fact. Go ahead, man.
I was going to say, maybe that might improve my typing skills if I played a typing game I'm actually interested in.
Maybe.
Or maybe it will just make you really, really scared to type really, really fast. Oh my god, I better type this whole paragraph. Zombie's gonna eat me!
Zombies!
Zambies.
Them zombies.